We continue with the previous video. In last video, we stop here, and when we run the app, we run the sample code. We have the empty page with the user and the add user link and the content of the layout here. And let's check again the complete version. We expect that user. We click here, we will see the list of the user, and we click on the add user. We navigate to the add user, and the the content of the add new user will be displayed. Now we will try to create the first page, the user page. The page includes the list of the user. We call this is the component, and we map the URL users with the user page. That is the root. Now we try to do it. First of all, I need to create the user component, and one component in Angular includes two files. The first is the HTML file that will contain the markup of the page, and the second file is the typescript file. This will contain the behavior. We will handle the event. We will handle the business logic of the page. Now we create the user components is that the user.html and user.js. And for the content of the user, I already create here, and I copy to this. Okay, you can see we have the table with the name, gender, and action. Name, gender, action, and the user, the gender, and edit and quick view. The user one, the mail, and the edit quick view. Okay, now I need to write some code in the typescript. This is the syntax in the typescript to define the new component. First, we need to use the component. This is the decorative that Angular already defined, and now we just use. Okay, and the parameter that is the change, and now we only need to specify the markup file. That is the part to the users.html file, same like URL. Okay, and this is the relative value from the root page. You see that the root of the project will be here, and I want to go to the user.html. I need to go to app component and users.html. Okay, app component user.html. Okay, and the second I need to define the class export class user. Okay, and leave is empty. Now the component we need to import is from the Angular. From Angular to core. Okay, this is the very simple way to define the component in the Angular 2. Okay, now you can see to define the component we define the typescript with the class users, and we define the component with the parameter that we need to specify the path to the template file. This will contain the UI for the component. And now we will register with the Angular that which URL will display this component. We go to the layout and we configure. And we specify the list of the routes, the path will be user, and the name will be user, and the component user. Okay, and with this user, this is the class in the user component. I will import sorry, from user dot t no, that's enough. Okay, you see, and I include the user class, and you need to aware the name of the class users, and this should match with the class we define here. Okay, it should be the same. Now I will import rows from Angular to roster. Okay, that's really work. Now look what I done. What I have done. I define the rules that I will map the URL users with the users component, and I define the user components into the typescript file. In the typescript file, I define the component with the template, and then I also create the templates. This is the very basic HTML. So okay, and now let, let's see again. Can we access to the user page? Okay. Can we? No. Why? Look again at the layout page. The, the, the Angular don't know where it should display the user components. So we should use the rooster outlet here. Rooster outlet. This is the directive from Angular. And when we place the rooster outlet here, the Angular will display the component appropriate with the URL at this location. Okay. In the Angular, we want to use the root outlet. We need to declare here directive rooster outlet. This is I can import it here. This will define that the layout component use the rooster outlet, and we can call it here. And now let's try to see, can we, oh yes, it's worked. I will try to modify the markup at the user page to make sure it's show the correct, oh yes, I can show the user page. Okay. What's about create user? Not yet. Now I will define it. Okay, I do that. I define the user page at user and as user and as user component. I includes the as user component as user. Okay, now we will create the add user component. As I mentioned you that the component includes two files, the HTML file and the .ts file. I create .html and I create .ts. Okay. Now for the HTML, I reuse the existing HTML. This is very basic. This is a form, and we have a row with the name, the row with the genre and the self button. And for the typescript file. I will do the same as what I did in the user's component. Import from Angular to core, and sorry, and the next I will call the component with the parameter the time.ul. This is the relative part to the adduser.html and component adduser.html. Okay, I have a table here, and behind it, below this, I will define the class export class, and you need to aware. Now here I call the adduser, so I need to define the class with the same name. Okay. Okay. Look again. It seems work. Which right? Not work. Let me try one. Hard adduser, component, adduser. It's the same. Okay, let's see what's wrong. Oh, I'm sorry, this is real user, not adduser, so I need to try adduser. Yes, I can see the content of the adduser form page. Okay. Now I can navigate from adduser to users, and now I will update the link on the menu. You can see the layout. User adduser. Okay. Now I can click. Yeah. I click on this. It's navigate between page and it show correct the component. But I see that when I navigate here, it's only change the content of the component. It's not reload the whole page. But in my demo, it's reload the whole page. Okay. Okay. We need to update a little. In this location, we need to use the router link. And the syntax a little weird. User router link. Yes, user. Please aware. This is the name of the root we register with the Angular. This is the value here. This is adduser, and we type adduser here. Okay. And to see again, to use this, we need to go to the layout and declare with the Angular that the layout use the root the link. Okay. Now I see that when I navigate between page, it's only change the content of the page and the rest of the page were not changed. Yeah, happy with this? Okay, now we remove this text. Okay, I'm done. Now we can look here. Okay, now we review a little bit about what we done. First of all, we create the user component, and one component includes the HTML file will contain all the markup of the component. This is the URI, and we also need to have the typescript. The typescript will define the behavior of the component, and we specify the template URL. This is the relative part to the markup file. Okay, and we register with the Angular the rules that map between the URL with the specific component. So when the user navigates to the URL, the appropriate component will be displayed. And on the layout, we need to have the rooster outlets directive. This will, and on the URI, we need to have the rooster outlet. The Angular will display the content of the components in this directive, and we also use the rooster link directive. This will have as makes the page smoother. We see that we don't use the rooster link, and when we click on the user and the add user link, the whole page reload. And when we use the rooster link, the Angular only reload the contents of the component. Yeah. Now we review a little. Now from the home page, we can click on the user to see the list of the user, and we can click on the add user to see the add user form, and we also configure the root users map with the user's component, and the add user URL map with the add user component, and its component have the HTML file and the typescript file. The typescript will define the business logic of the component, and the HTML file will contain the markup or the UI of the components. This is the config of the root. We map the URL with the root. Okay. Now we see that in the case I come here, nothing displayed, and I expect if the user did not specify any URL, I will display the list of the user by default. So I come to the layout and I change this. We have the property used as default and we turn it to true. And you see that, yeah. When I did, and you see that when I did not use any URL, it will auto redirect to the user's page.